Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to a week of crochet. I am S. Maxine Fisher, an author, fiber artist, and queer parent of one, and I am going to take you and my kitty along for the journey. Shh, I'm filming here. This is my kitty. She's coming along for the journey for a week of crochet business. I have a week off from my corporate job, and so I am going to take this opportunity to try to catch up and get ahead with all the different duties that I have been slacking on while running a crochet business. So I am just coming off 2 back-to-back markets, but I am finally done with those and done with all the craziness of market prepping. So now I get to sit back, try to catch up, and I am going to take you guys along for the journey. Couple of things. Number one, today is actually Monday evening because I told myself I was going to film this, and then I went about my day and it became a crazy day, and before I knew it I had not filmed a thing. So today's part of the video is going to be a little recap of what I did today for my business. Well, today is Monday, and Monday I try to focus on planning for the week and making sure that I have orders out the door. But this week, because I'm not working today, I'm kind of mixing it up a little bit. So today I actually did what I normally do later in the week, which is focus on safety eyes. So as part of my crochet business, I sell hand-painted sinker eyes, and I just did a major restock. So I am getting ready for a big safety eye drop. A little bit about the sinker eyes I sell. So previously I only sold a few colors. The most popular ones I have are the Fury inspired eyes. They're blue and green. I had a few different shades out there just kind of to see what sticks, and really just that, you know, straight up bright blue and bright green eyes were the ones that people were really into. So I've been making a lot of big batches of those, and what I really have wanted to do for a long time is be able to expand my library to include all the colors of mica powder pigments that I have in my big old craft shelf, to be able to share those and just be kind of a one-stop shop for people looking for sinker eyes. I do the plain kind of pearlescent mica powder ones that are just plain colored eyes. I also do a variety of glitter eyes. Heretofore I've had a set of 6 different colors, and I call it the Lepidoptera inspired collection. In retrospect, that wasn't the most searchable name, but it was inspired by my love of butterflies and insects. So I'll put a little picture of it up here where you can see kind of where I started. So these are my color shifting glitter eyes. But I finally have decided to invest in some better quality glitters and glitter mixes, and I found this website called gratefulglitters.com, and I did some damage. So I went through and ordered about $50 worth of glitter from these folks. My objective being to have just some interesting colors that not everybody has access to. I know that the set I was using is available on Amazon, and I do see a lot of different sellers that have the exact same palette of color shifting glitter eyes, and I wanted to do something different. So stay tuned. I am going to drop some major sinker eyes, but meanwhile I was working on the mica powder set, and let me go get them and show you. Okay, so I went shopping on Annie Caraway Art's profile. She's actually, I believe, the person who invented the loaf cat, fun fact. But she sells these 3D printed sinker eye organizers that I thought would be perfect for photographing my new sinker eye library. So I'm going to hold it up carefully and show you guys. Look at these, and I can't tilt it too much because they're going to fall out. But it did help me to go outside today and photograph all the new eyes I made. Here, let me hold it close to the camera and you can see. And I am going to put a picture up here of them in better lighting where you can see, look at all those gorgeous colors. I don't even know which one is my favorite. You know, I think it's going to be between the bubblegum pink and the magic purple. Let me hold this one up real quick. So ignore the fact that they're doing kind of this googly cookie monster thing. But look at that. Let me hold one of these up where you can, I think that's a good angle with the light I have. Look at that beautiful pink, and it is so nice and clean. I've really worked hard on making sure that I am using good technique and providing the highest quality eyes that I can. So I have the pink, and then here is the magic purple. Look at that. This is like a very nice, bright, vibrant purple. I love it. That's the purple I use for my rainbow eyes, which I had a conversation with a customer just the other day about those pride-themed eyes. So I was making some striped pride-themed eyes, and I quickly realized that they are not efficient to make because I have to harden every color multiple times every time I do a stripe, and it's 6 stripes times 2 to 3 coats, and it was a lot of work. So I discontinued those eyes. What I ended up doing is making Pride Sparkle eyes that that were a little bit easier to do because it didn't have to be as precise with the colors. I could kind of just stripe, 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 and work off a palette. So what I ended up with is these. These I did not do today, but I was going out and taking photos of everything. I'm just going to hold them up by hand. But these are my watercolor Pride Sparkle eyes, and these are a limited edition set that I'm doing just during Pride Month. I love putting the little color shifting stars in there. Once I harden that layer, I will take the colors and just stripe, stripe, stripe behind it, and set the resin. So it comes out so vibrant. I love that. How did I get on this topic? Purple. But so today was all about sinker eyes. I worked on, no, Lily. I photographed all the eyes I made, and then after doing the photography, I sat down and made my batch of sinker eyes for the week to fulfill my Etsy orders. And I need to show you, just so you can see the volume of the magnitude of the amount of work I was doing today. So since I had the day off, not only did I do my Etsy orders, but I did some extra eyes. Stop. So here is kind of my project tray with all the eyes that I made today. These are all from today. A lot of these were one order. Somebody ordered 16 pairs of 20mm eyes, and I have 8 of them in here. And then I have 5 pairs in here. So I ended up having to reach out to this customer and explain to them that, you know, given the fact that I had other orders from this week requiring 20mm eyes, they basically cleaned me out of 20mm eyes. I thought I had a good stockpile of these, but I don't get a lot of orders for 20mm, so I was kind of very slowly dwindling. I do have more on order, so what I'm going to do is split up that big order. They said they only need the 5 pairs for this week. So that being said, I had a lot of safety eyes to do this week. Everything that you see in here are eyes that people have ordered or purchased. And then all the ones that I stuck over here were either extra eyes or ones that I painted because I had extra time to just be able to broaden my collection. Again, I was doing photography today, so I went through and took pictures of all the sinker eyes that I made, but I'll show you some of the new ones here. This is a color shifting glitter that I have not used or have not sold before. I've had it in my collection for a while. Look at that sparkle. I feel like some of these don't photograph very well, and then you get them on a plushie and they're so stunning. Like this particular one is kind of refracting the light everywhere, but it's a color shifting green and purpley pink. I don't know. Yeah, you can see that. I got a new glitter from Michaels, and it's another color changing glitter, and look at that one. This is like, I want to call this like rose quartz because it's got like this coral pink kind of rose thing going on that shifts to a dark pink. This was a glitter set called Cosmic, and it's not photographing very well in the dim light that I have, and I'm sorry that I don't have, but maybe I can put the picture up on the screen above for what these look like in daylight. These are called Cosmic. So it's got some different colors in there. a lot of a silver chunky glitter, and then it's got a background of like this black and silver fine glitter that kind of helps fill in the cracks, and I really love it. I'm thinking of doing like a space themed set, or maybe like space rocks, where I can do some gem themes. If you know, you know, but I'm thinking of calling this one Mr. Universe. I like it a lot. So I have a couple of different eyes that I'm going to be listing. But today I did not do any of that work. It was strictly just painting and photography. So I spent a good couple hours painting eyes. What else did I do today? I actually did not do any crocheting today. I was literally just working on doing sinker eyes. I went through some of my glitter mixes and sifted them so they're a little bit easier to work with. Bought some more glitter, and I worked on the last couple hours of the day before my son came home. I worked on content creation. So I am trying to get a little bit more output on my YouTube channel. Some of you who follow me know that I did have some technical issues in the beginning, just kind of figuring out a good system of how to create videos and post them. But I think I have a good system now. So I got finally my market videos edited. So it was a good day. I got my sinker eyes done, everything photographed. That took a hot second. If you're a crocheter and you're working on, making listing photos, they take a hot minute. And today was a hot minute because it was 80 degrees out there, but it was a very long process, just finding a place to park my big box of sinker eyes and then having to walk into the shade where I have that indirect sunlight to get just the right angle and photograph them and bring them back and get the little card and get the next set of eyes. And I really should have just taken a table out there with me. And every time I went to take a photo, the sun went behind a cloud. Every time I went to take a video, the neighbor's dog started barking, and my cat, because my cat was wandering around the yard. So it took a lot longer than I expected just to take some pictures. I had other stuff I wanted to do today, but that's as much as I got done. Now that I got this whole tray filled, sat down to dinner, got another order for 2 full sets. It never fails to happen. So I got to make a couple more sets of these of these like color shifting glitter eyes. But I will work on that next production session because this week I need to move forward. I have a couple of crochet projects that I'm working on. So now that the baby's asleep, I am going to sit down and work on that. I am putting out another video on the project I'm currently working on, which is Kiki the Orca Whale, which means I've got to open this giant box of polyfill that's sitting at my feet. The other project I'm working on is a Rory sea star. So my aunt, who owns the beach house that was the inspiration for me making the original Rory Sea Star, reached out to me, and she wanted me to make her a Rory Sea Star pillow for her beach house. So I don't think I'm going to make a separate video on this. I have the yarn already. I literally bought it. I was like, I want to make another Rory. I want to try to make it bigger. So I got Parfait XL Pom Pom Party. And this is a limited edition. This is literally the last of the electric blue Pom Pom Party XL. And then the bottom, like the belly of the sea star, is going to be Parfait XL in cream. And let me tell you, when Premier does the cream yarn, it's such a nice shade. It's like a very warm but not yellowy kind of cream. It does look yellow in this light, but that's just the light that I have. Because it is evening. But yep, so I am going to make another big Rory Sea Star, and I'm hoping that it comes out super jumbo this time. The last one I did, I used demi pearl, and you can see, I want to see if I can hold a strand up so you can see the difference. I really feel like demi pearl is stronger than Parfait XL, but look how much bigger, like how much chunkier Parfait XL is. It really still is the biggest yarn that is out there without it becoming too big. If you saw my jumbo starfish video, you know that I almost bit off more than I could chew. I got the Bernat blanket big yarn and tried to make a jumbo starfish and got about this far before I put it away and was like, no, this is not for me. This is too big. I'm really hoping this one comes out pillow size because this one's for my aunt and this is literally for her beach house. So without further ado, I'm going to get to work on Kiki tonight and I'm going to call it a night. And tomorrow we're going to start fresh and hopefully I can shoot a little bit more video throughout the day after I've brought you up to speed. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great week, folks. I think that we're going to get a lot done this week. So glad to have you along for the journey. Bye for now. This day did not go as planned. In fact, this video did not go as planned because I spent like 5 minutes recording and went to hit the mute button and realized that, oh shoot, my video did not turn on when I thought it did. So it is now 11:30. I'm finally getting some coffee in me and feeling a little bit better. The plan was for my wife to have the baby and me to spend today knocking out some Etsy orders. That did not happen. We woke up and he was having kind of a meltdown in his bed, which doesn't usually happen at this point. He's 2. He usually wakes up giggling and we've got a few minutes to, you know, drink our coffee and get ourselves together before he needs to be gotten up. But that did not happen. He wasn't feeling well. My wife wasn't feeling well. Hopefully nobody is getting sick. I think it was just something we had for dinner the other day that was a little out of the routine. But now that everybody is fine and is out the door to their various activities, I can finally sit down and crochet. I have a lot to do today, so I have a pretty ambitious day planned. I have 3 Etsy orders to knock out. The one I am working on right now, I did start it. It's an American flag kipa. Somebody reached out to me through my Square of all places and was like, hey, do you do custom kipa? And I'm like, yeah, I pretty much do anything that has stripes. So we are doing some stars and stripes and I'm going to work on this while we talk. Let me just find my next increase site. So I have this one and I have 2 other Pride Keep-Out to do that are Etsy orders. I don't think that I'll get those packaged up before it's time to put out the mailbag. So once I finish this one, my priority is going to be packing orders. I have a lot of safety eye orders to package up. You saw the magnificent disarray from last night where I just threw everything into a tray and then I will do my order packing and make them all look nice and put them in little cards. But that'll be for later, hopefully before 2 p.m. when the mail comes so that the mail carrier can come get my stuff and I don't have to take them to the post office. After that, I want to finish these Etsy orders. If I have time while my son is napping or they're out, I want to go on my Etsy and prep some listings for those safety eyes. I was working a little bit on it last night, so I wrote up kind of the copy, but I need to sit down at a laptop and really make sure that I have my prices correct before I go ahead and copy that listing to make multiple, duplicate listings. What else am I going to do today? Oh, I need to show you guys. So my work from last night is done and I actually got farther than I anticipated. So here is Kiki the Orca Whale. Just looking it on camera, I'm still just blown away. This came out so good. I used a pattern for like the head up to here and the dorsal fin, and then I went rogue. So like this is like sort of a Franken whale. Some of it I used some suggestions from Norbert the Humpback Whale by Mrs. Crowlett. But with the patches, like they kind of specified this one in the pattern and I did go rogue, and at that point I was like, I don't like the way these patches are laid out, I want to do them my way. So I did the whale my way, and I love how the tail came out. I did make another video. If you're interested, go ahead and click on my profile down below and you can find the other video. I just put it out, the whole process of making Kiki. But this is Kiki the humpback whale. I just need to do the eyes, and I need to do the eyes for this order, which this is part of the same order. They wanted a hatching turtle, so I'm going to do the face on that. Yeah, that's going to be my work for today. Because some of the Etsy orders aren't necessarily things that I love doing, but I want to get everything finished up and out the door as much as possible. All right, now that we have today all planned out, I'm going to execute said plan as quickly and efficiently as possible. I feel like this is how I manage to, you know, work and have a child and have a small business, is just planning, time management. You have to have really good time management skills, you know, when you work from home or when you run a small business. But trying to be a parent and a business owner and a career person all at the same time is very challenging and requires really good time management. Okay, I am almost done with this. I have one more stripe to go. I'm going to do a red stripe, and then I'm going to put this aside. I think I hear voices, and I heard a car door slam. So my wife is probably home with the baby. Yeah, after we put him to bed, I think I'm going to switch gears, pack up some orders, and then get back to crocheting. Okay, baby is now asleep. And the kippa is all done. I still need to steam it so it'll be a nice round shape, but here it is. I really like how this came out. It's super cute. I've never actually done anything like this before. I ended up doing like just kind of a scribble scrabble style embroidery, and I think it came out really cute. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this away with the other items that I need to pack up. I'm gonna go get some lunch, and then I think I'm gonna pack orders. I want to get this stuff off my desk. Coming on real quick as I'm packing up orders. So I'm not going to do a lengthy order packing video because I do not have a system in place. I just have a couple of boxes that are ready to go out. Anyway, I wanted to show you the difference between a kippa that's steamed and one that's not steamed. So I just showed you the one that was all kind of wonky looking, but here it is. There it is. It looks so much better. It's nice and beautiful, ready to go out. I'm really proud of that. I did go ahead and take some good pictures, so I can put that up on my website. It's just an example of a custom I'll do. I'm going to go ahead and pack up the rest of these and get the safety eyes ready to go. Okay, this is about as far as I got for today. So I have boxes that are going out in today's mail, and I put together the mailers and the packing slips for all the sinker eyes. They're still sitting in a jumble over there because I need to make up the little cards. However, I want to kind of take my game up a notch, so I purchased a paper slicer, a larger hole punch, and like a corner rounder, so I can make up a bunch of nice little stock cards for those. So that's going to be like the process for tomorrow, so I can get them out in tomorrow's mail. I am going to bring them over here and put them in a little bag. I have these compostable trash bag liners. It's hard to do one-handed, but you can see I'll just make a little mail bag and hang it and hang it from a hook on my door. And it makes it a little bit easier for the mail carrier to pick up multiple packages from me. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday morning and I am covered in glitter. I spent the first hour this morning actually just sifting my glitters for my new line of sinker eyes that are coming out. So now I am going to get into pattern designing. Real quick, I wanted to show you though what I completed last night. So I have all 5 arms for another Rory Sea Star. This is the one that I am making for my aunt. She bought one from me for her beach house. So these will all be put together in a round, and I'll be making a jumbo Rory Sea Star. This is what I was talking about, the Parfait XL Pom-Pom Party. Look at that. That is so cool. And it is just coming out to a perfect Rory Sea Star. I feel like it's gonna be super cool. I'm excited about that. So I will work on the rest of that tonight, but I am putting the crochet away for now. I'm gonna do some admin work. I have a list of patterns that I want to put into my Canva template. I had been originally doing it in a Google Doc. I think I tried Word, I tried Canva briefly, and it wasn't working for me the way I had it laid out. And I have a bunch of them just sitting there in Google Docs in this sort of half-baked format because I find it really difficult to read back to myself. And I feel like if it's hard for me to read, it's going to be hard for my readers to read. So I specifically made a mobile-friendly layout. I'm crossing my fingers that this is going to work out when I actually get text into it. So let's see going forward. But I'm going to fire up my laptop and work on that for a couple of hours. And then my wife and I are going to go out for lunch since we're both off. And we get to breathe and we get to go like just eat some food together and be normal. Once we get back, I have more stuff I want to do, but I'm hoping that I can make some progress on these patterns in the meanwhile. Okay, we are back from lunch. I have officially made, I think it is 10 pattern templates this morning. It took me a hot second. I feel like it was like an hour to 2 hours just kind of wrestling with the first one. Number one, trying to get the fonts the right size and spacing, and figuring out why the layout was being wonky, and being able to plug the various parts of the pattern in and have them give me the adequate amount of space. So like I made a little box and did like legs, arms, for different plushy parts. And when I actually took the text from those parts, it just required a lot more space. Some required a lot less than I had delegated. So my first hour was just like trying to figure out how to lay this out so it's a nice readable format. And then once I got everything in with one real pattern, which was my red panda pattern, I was able to kind of copy that layout and then just generate a bunch more. So I have a lot of patterns in the pipeline. It's cool to see them all kind of laid out in my drafts folder and realize how much work I still have to do. And also how much work I've done, because some of them like just need cleanup and others need like, I'm like, I know I have notes for a dragon tail somewhere put away in a notebook somewhere. So once I find that notebook, I can work again on my dragon pattern. I have a lot of things coming in the pipeline. So like, this is going to be a random shameless plug, but if you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or follow my Etsy shop, go ahead and click some of those links down below, whatever makes sense to you. Right now I am publishing most of my patterns on Etsy. So all the paid patterns, you can find them on Etsy is where they're going to drop. So if you're an Etsy customer and have an account, just go ahead and favorite my shop. Or if you like to see pictures and reels come through your Instagram feed, you can follow my Instagram account. Stop it. Full disclosure, I am not a great social media person. I am trying to be more proactive with putting my work out there and being able to, I just feel like I can't take myself seriously with this, but I am trying to take myself more seriously when it comes to my social media feed, in terms of putting my work out there and using it as kind of an online portfolio. So yeah, follow me on social media. I'm going to have some patterns coming up in the next few months whenever I truly get my act together and have these things formatted to where I can then send them to testers. That being said, I have work to do. Had a nice lunch, and now I'm going to work on Etsy orders. Lily. Incorrigible kitty. I gotta work on some Etsy orders. Oh, I have a whole box of safety eyes to package up. So we're gonna go package those up now. Yeah, maybe I'll take you along I'll show you how I'm, Lily, why? I have a 2-year-old and he's in daycare right now. And then I've got this. All right, gonna go pack up Etsy orders now. Okay. Finally done packing up orders. That took me a while, but I have all 6 boxes, 7 actually going out, but I had to pull one because I want to repaint one of the eyes. It just didn't look like the way it came out. You could kind of see light through it. So that's why I inspect everything before it goes out. I also need to finish Kiki and the turtle, put the eyes on both of them, and so hopefully I can put that out for tomorrow's mail as well. But meanwhile, I am going to pivot because I've got like 1 hour left before my son comes home from daycare. I've got to figure out dinner and I have 1 hour left. So I think I want to work on more pattern design while it's fresh in my head and I have everything up on my laptop. I have a pattern that I created, oh my goodness, like almost 2 years ago that definitely needs an update. So I'm gonna work on that. I might make a separate video on that because it's a really cool pattern. It is for this market bag that folds out of a turtle. I actually made a spider version as well. And the pattern came out, in my humble opinion, way too fiddly. Looking back, that was actually the first pattern I published. I had made the bag and designed it and been like, oh, look at this is so cool. When I posted it on Facebook and got a lot of responses, people saying, hey, where's the pattern? We want the pattern. So I was like, oh, I better write this down. So I gave it my best shot and I actually had some people pattern test it and they gave me some good feedback. It was very valuable feedback, I'll just say. But now that I have published multiple patterns and have a Canva template, I want to revisit that pattern and put it back into Canva and maybe think about doing some redesign on it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that off my Word document, put it into Canva so that I can just kind of work on it on the fly. I want to see if I can make this pattern better and remake it and then see if I can get more sales. I think I know now how to market it appropriately where I think I can get this pattern to have more sales and to have probably some better traction, should I say. Yeah, I think it deserves a redesign. So let me go ahead and plug that in before I get the baby. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday and it is actually 10 a.m. However, it was a crazy morning. It was a crazy morning, but I feel like I'm definitely in a better position today than I was Tuesday. Did get a lot of work done before my son got up this morning. So let me come on with a little progress update and what's the plan for working on today. What's the plan for what we're working on today? And then I'm going to get down to business. So first of all, I finished all my Etsy orders. I did finish repainting the safety eye. Everything's ready to go out in the mail. I'm not going to mail out Kiki the Orca Whale just yet. I do want to finish her up today. So I have the eyes. So I made 2 of these and these are going to have a little eyebrow that goes over them. It's going to look really cute when installed and I put the little white eye gleam on. They kind of don't look like much of anything yet, but that took me a hot second. So here's the other one. There's little crochet eyes. So those are going to go on Kiki, who's all ready to be finished up. I also want to finish this little turtle and sew the eyes or embroider the eyes on the turtle. And finally, last night, I got a lot of work done on the starfish for my aunt. We were watching rewatching the Amazing Digital Circus in anticipation of it being released on YouTube on Juneteenth. So we're really excited about that. Meanwhile, here is my starfish. It kind of looks deflated because it's not fully stuffed yet, just the points, but look at that. This is so huge. I love it. I still really am hoping that Cody Loops comes out with a pillow size pattern because this is pushing it for me. But this is pushing the limits of how big I can make this starfish as an accent pillow for my aunt. So I have, here's the back side that needs to be stuffed. And then I'm going to finish closing up the center and do the embroidery. It's going to have the little bumps because it's a horned sea star. So it's got like 3 or 4 little bumps over here on each of the arms. I'll probably keep working on this tonight because honestly, I don't have a shipping deadline with this one. I feel like friends and family are like, oh yeah, take as long as you need, which I've taken people up on that before. I feel terrible because I owe my friend Kath a stress ball and that has a whole story behind it that I will share with her at a later date. But speaking of stress balls, I got a huge Etsy order the other day from a repeat customer of mine. This is someone who is a marketing, they are marketing for some software company, and they wanted me to create some merch. So I have a little plushie that I make for them that's their logo. So I have an order for 25 of those. It is a huge order. So I am going to be working really hard on that, but I got started. These are the little pufferfish tops. So I've got 3 out of 25 done, and then this is for my friend Kath. So I'm just gonna do all those pufferfish together and give her the squish ball. I am kind of phasing out stress balls across my shop because I've found that it's very, very difficult to reliably source an actual stress ball. And the quality of what I can get on, Amazon, Oriental Trading Company, or any of those sites that are available to small businesses that don't want like 1,000 are just really hit or miss. So I've been kind of pulling that back, but I am still making this plushie for this company. It was a stress ball, but now we're just doing plushies. What else am I doing today? So I'm going to do Kiki's eyes. I'm going to do the turtle's eyes. I'm going to finish the starfish. So the pile behind me is for pattern designing. So now that I have everything imported into Canva, including my turtle bag pattern, I did that last night. These guys are going to get an actual pattern. This is Dina the dinosaur. Whoops, let me not knock down the entire pile. Okay, it's just gonna look all wonky up here for a little bit, and I'll rearrange things later. So this is Dina the dino. How cute. I just fell in love with her. I made her for a market, and spoilers, none of my snugglers sold at that market. But anyway, I am kind of glad that none of those sold because I want to sit down and analyze what I did and make sure that I get the stitches right. So it'll be a breeze to remake these and then get them out for testing. So this is Dina the dino. I love the eyes. Just the glitter eyes really make these plushies, and I am very proud of the little claws that I made on her. I think I'm gonna do a 3-toed foot for the next one because I feel like the 4 and the 3 just kind of looks a little weird. But that's okay. If I use this one for listing photos, I'll just position it so that you can't see all the toes, like maybe have her off to the side. And the reason why I'm giving my dinos a female name, I have a 2-year-old, and so I don't know if you are as a viewer, but I am hyper aware of the fact that little boys' toys in particular push this ideal of dinosaurs and trucks too. I'll just group trucks in there, but like dinosaurs being large and aggressive and stomping around, and it encourages kids to, take up space and get their energy out and walk around roaring and like just kind of project that bigness of, the toddler energy. But it's something that's really pushed toward little boys. That is not something that we teach little girls, right? We still push a lot of sugar and spice and everything nice, and all the little clothes are pink and everything is dolls and princesses and gems. And when I was a kid, I'm sorry, but I was obsessed with dinosaurs. We actually had, I think it was called Dinosaur State Park, that was within driving distance from my home where I grew up. We went there a couple times, and I got super into paleontology as a child. Like, I spent an entire church picnic surrounded by a group of curious friends trying to excavate a rock from under a tree root because I thought it was a fossilized dinosaur egg. Because it had like a little bit of a kind of the zigzag crack. It was some sort of sedimentary conglomerate it was round and it looked like an egg, and I was convinced that I had found a fossilized dinosaur egg, and that maybe if I cracked that egg open, I could extract some DNA that could be used to, I don't know, revive dinosaurs, make a state park out of it, I don't know, unalive a bunch of people. So I really love dinosaurs, and
fun fact about them, they are closer relations to modern day birds than they are to lizards, even though we were told growing up that they were called terrible lizards. Just because something has scales does not make it a lizard. I'm looking at you, fish. But dinosaurs are actually more closely related to birds. We can tell that by their DNA and also by their hip structure. The Tyrannosaurus rex and the chicken are actually fewer DNA sequences apart than humans and primates, I believe.
Yeah, anyway, I think dinosaurs are awesome, and I think that little girls should have access to them as well. So this is Dina the dino. And I am going to play around with this snuggler. Maybe I'll make it into a bundle with like a, if I can get a good Triceratops hood, I can do like Tina the Triceratops, and I don't know what else. We'll figure it out. She's cute. She's so soft. I want it. I want to keep it. And this is my little emotional support dino. All right, let me get to work. I can get into snuggler design and cleaning up this pattern so I can bring it out to testers. All right, look how cute. My little hatching turtle. This is going to the same person who ordered Kiki. So Heather, thank you very much. Oh my gosh, it's so darling. It's a little baby. It's a little baby. That one's done. And the final reveal, Kiki the Orca Whale. Look how nice she came out. She is all done, 100% done. I love it. I feel like my one quibble is this eyebrow did kind of cut into this eye patch. I feel like that's kind of unavoidable because it just is. I could have made the eye a little smaller, but then you couldn't see it, and it's cute, and it's cute. She's perfect. You know what? I love her. I love her. Hug check. So Heather, I hope you enjoy your orca whale. I hope you like her and she gets much love and appreciation. So I am actually not going to send this out today. I want to take good pictures of Kiki, and I want to take a lot of pictures because my next step would be I want to kind of write down what I did. And maybe I will just do this while I have the physical whale with me. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of documenting before I send this girl out, but I do have the box and everything's ready to go after I do my photography. I am so blown away by how this came out. All right. Well, my son's still out of the park, so that means I get to jump into some pattern designing. So let me go grab my tablet and my little keyboard and let's get to work. So I lied. I decided I'm going to stuff this starfish before I start on another project. So here he is. I did not close her up because I feel like, I don't know, after like stretching and squishing these, I feel like it still could use a little more filling and my hands are tired. So I'm going to give my hands a rest and hang on to the starfish for ages. Oh my gosh, this is going to look so cute in her shore house. I'm really excited because once again, her shore house is like literally what inspired me to do a giant Rory starfish. So I'm really happy that she decided to order one from me. I'm going to put this aside for real this time and get started on Dina the Dino. Which color should I use, guys? Okay, so I have a green one. I don't want to do another green one. I want to do like, I don't know, like pink, or should I do one that's brown? I feel like there's not. What's an actual dinosaur color? It's a toss-up between green, pink, or purple. All right, now that that's settled, I've got to find my hook, whatever the heck I did with it, and let me get crocheting. Okay, well, I got about this far. Little toebeans. So I definitely need to make a video tutorial on how to do these toes because they're not a bobble stitch. They're kind of my own invention. Meanwhile, I got the arm part nailed down. It's amazing when you remake your pattern, if you've been cutting and pasting from Word documents, you find all the mistakes. So I think I found all the mistakes in that part of the pattern and have cleaned them up now. After baby goes night-night, I will keep working on her. Okay, I actually lucked out today. So just as my son was coming home, the sun came out and my wife agreed to watch him while I ran outside and took some good pictures and video of Kiki. So now I am going to go sit at my laptop and make some notes before I send her off because she's all ready. She's all done. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to sit at my laptop and I'm also going to film a tutorial for the dinosaur pattern, and I'll see you back in a few. Hello everyone and happy Saturday. It is let me say, it is about 9:30 p.m. I am up here just crocheting now that the baby has gone to sleep, and I have not had a chance to shoot any video today. It has been an insane morning, an insane afternoon, and I was like, you know what, let's go out for dinner. Let's just have a nice, quiet, relaxing evening. So we took my 2-year-old son out for dinner, and as you can probably guess, he had his first mega meltdown in a restaurant. So that is a thing that's happening now. My son is my son is actually really good in restaurants normally. I feel like it was a combination of maybe poor planning on my part that we went out so late. He was already really hungry, and cranky and emotional, and he wanted a glass of water instead of his sippy cup. And everything broke loose after that. So, yes, we had a meltdown over a glass of water. Anyway, today was a very busy day. I started to work on some of the safety eye orders that I have pending for next week because I have one that's a full set of the glitter sinker eyes that needs to go out. And I finally got a chance to sit down and upload all the photos to Etsy and Square and get everything situated the way I wanted it, and to list all my safety eyes. So I have a whole page on my website now of the different types of sinker eyes I do, and the listings look all pretty, and you can see the actual colors that you want, and I can tell by the numbers which colors I am painting with without having to dig through my drawer and be like matching colors up to the screen, because I don't want to have myself in that position. The other thing that I did today, and I will show you this because I have a grand reveal. I finished one of my major orders that was, ta-da, Rory Sea Star. I love how this came out. Look how huge it is. It's so jumbo, and I'm glad that I took the time to like wait and stuff it again because I got it nice and firm. So it's like really holds its shape. I love this. I feel like it's really huggable. But I can't wait to go give this to Aunt Jane and see it down at the shore house. This is going to be so cute in their beach house. Like, this is just going to be a really cool looking accent pillow. Here's the underside. Yeah, these little horns are just like, you would think that this is a bobble stitch, and it is not. I'm not going to share how the pattern's done, but they're like a little bit finicky. But I did them last night while we were watching the finally of the Amazing Digital Circus. Yeah, that was amazing. I did get started on the Anchor the Octopus order. I finally got the payment to go through, and that order is now in progress. So I was able to go ahead and get started on it. So let's see. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 tentacles left. 3 tentacles done. 3 of the tentacle baubles done, and 5 more to do. I did end up, was the last of my cream colored Bernat baby blankets, so I did order more. And in the craziness of today, I ordered it early this morning from Michael's, and they had it ready for pickup, and I went out twice today, and I completely forgot to go to Michael's and pick up my yarn. So right now, all I have is the Bernat Blanket Mystical that I'm going to use for the top of the octopus. But I am going to have to wait until I can get my behind to Michael's and go get the rest of my yarn. So meanwhile today, the last thing that I have been working on is my puffer fish. So I have 20 out of the 25 of the tops done, and it's just the little top of the fish with the little spine baubles on it. And I'll show you guys, this is one that's similar to the one I made for the logo. Isn't he cute? This is a little squish ball for my friend. She had ordered a squish ball from me, and she literally lives right near my aunt, so I'm like, I gotta finish her squish ball and give that to her tomorrow. I'm gonna go drop off the starfish and the little baby puffer fish. Once I get all those tops done, I will start stuffing and putting the bellies on them and the fins and the lips, because they have like this kind of this big lips that come off the front. So that's like, that order's like a third of the way done. And then here is Dina the Dino. She's not completely done yet, so I did start the head, and I got as far as like this far on the head. Um, and as I was crocheting the head on, I realized I actually, well, first of all, I realized it was like really, really late last night. Um, but I also realized how tricky crocheting a head on can be, especially when you're working on a snuggler and you need to have it not be open. So I need to do the video tutorial. I'm gonna rip back a row around or two and do this head again under the camera. So that I have a little video tutorial to go with my pattern. But the good thing was I was able to figure out all the stitches I wanted all the way up until the top of the head, and then it's just decreasing in the round from there. So I'm really happy with this. I will refrain from putting the eyes on her, but you can see the vision. You can see how cute she's gonna be. She looks so cute. I love it. So I will be dropping a tester call on this really soon. All right, folks. So I think I'm going to call the video here. I only have a few more things to do this week. I'm going to be just dropping off those 2 orders that I mentioned and just taking the day tomorrow to relax and spend time with family. So with all that said, thank you for watching. If you watched to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you, and please click subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. That way you never miss a video. So hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I will be able to see you folks in the next one. I look forward to sharing the journey with you. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and stay creative. Bye.